So yeah, that was a stupid ending. Hey guys, welcome to a spoiler section for the movie Glass. I just did a whole review of it. Check that review out because I'm going to be spoiling everything in this video. Mostly just talking about the end. I'm not going to really spoil the movie itself. I'm just going to spoil the whole ending and just talk about how I think the ending doesn't work and I think it's stupid and flawed and just I wish they made it different. Like, I thought this movie was about maybe David Dunn chasing down the Horde. I thought like the mental institution part would be like maybe 30 or 25 minutes of the film. They get out of the institution, and basically it's like Elijah and the Horde teaming up against David Dunn. I thought it'd be like an actual superhero sort of movie. Like, you know, not with that big budget, but still a superhero movie. And then, like, you know, like every superhero movie, the good guy triumphants and maybe kills the bad guys or locks them away in the institution or something. No, this movie just says fuck all that and kill all three of them. Yes, the three most interesting characters and the three characters that we give a shit the most about, let's kill them off. And the funny thing is that isn't an awful idea. Just the way it's executed, I thought it was lazy and stupid, and just David Dunn, the way he dies, just the security dudes just like drowned him in this like puddle and stuff, and then that's like it. I'm like, wow, he really put up a fight. And the funniest thing is, the way they do water in this movie, yes, he's weak against water, but you didn't realize water is like 70% of your body, right? It's only if he's drowning in water. But like in the movie, like they spray water at him and he's like, oh. He like goes weak in the knees like it's fucking kryptonite and stuff. And I guess that's the point, it's like Superman with kryptonite, but that's not how it was in Unbreakable. Like, yes, he was like that when he fell in the pool, because he fell in a swimming pool with the frickin' tarp on it. But when he got out of the pool, he had his strength back and he was still soaking wet. So he still had water on him, but he still had his strength back. It's not, I don't think that's how his weakness works. He only is weak against water if he's drowning in water, because he can't swim in the water. That makes sense. But like if you just spray him with water, he doesn't go like, oh, weak in the knees, like, So how would they kill him at the ending? I call bullshit on that. I think he could have grabbed those guys and literally like pushed them off of him and stuff. Like, I think he could have taken those guys. But no, they just like grab him and they just dunked his head in the puddle and they drowned him. So I'm like, really? I don't know about that. I'm calling BS on that. And like there's nothing epic about it or anything or tragic about it. It's just like, oh, he died, and then someone's like, no, then cut. I'm just like, okay. Like, I love Unbreakable so much and I love the character of David Dunn, and then just, I don't know. The way they killed him, I left this bitterness in me. I'm like, oh, really? They killed David Dunn, and they killed him in that way, in the like, most ridiculous way. They couldn't kill him off like he fights the Horde and they go head to head and they like maybe kill each other and stuff, like make it cool or something. No, just drown him in a puddle. Like, oh, stupid. I hated that. How Kevin dies, however, I liked how they did that. That was really good. I actually thought that was effective. Like they use Anya Taylor-Joy and to make the Beast go back to Kevin because she can get Kevin out of the Beast. And then they just like shoot him and stuff, and then like Kevin's like, I can see the light and stuff. I can control the light. It's actually a very heartbreaking scene, and actually I quite enjoyed it. Even the way Elijah dies, it's a little weird. Like the cord just punches him, and that's just kind of it. I'm like, wow, nice. And yeah, it was a little weird, but like I guess it's fine and stuff. His mother's really confusing. Like, his mother's a borderline psychopath, too. She's like, you're extraordinary and stuff. I did good, Mama. I'm not a mistake. No, you're brilliant. I'm like, okay. Your son's a psychopath. I wouldn't call him brilliant or amazing or whatever. I digress. Even like Sarah Paulson, the twist of Sarah Paulson, she's like this organization who wants to like take out the superheroes and stuff. That's all fine and well. And I get, like, she puts them in the mental institution. She's like, maybe if I can convince them that they're ill, they might not use their powers. I'm like, well, that seems very flawed and stuff. Like, I don't know if that would really work. I'm like, but then she just kills them and stuff, and then she doesn't want the world to find out that there are superheroes in the world. But apparently, there's another twist that Elijah planned this whole thing this whole time. Basically, it was a suicide mission that he knew all three of them were going to die, and he films it all, and he puts it all on the internet for the world to see that they're all superheroes. I'm like, huh? It's like, what? That is literally the stupidest plan ever. I'm like, Elijah's supposed to be super genius and super smart. He couldn't have thought of another plan that maybe involved him living? Like, he's super smart, but no, he's like, I'm gonna die, Kevin's gonna die, David's gonna die. But don't worry, the world will see our powers. Then I win. I'm like, well, do you win? Do you? Like, another thing, like, it's all over the world. Like, the fights between the Beast and David Dunn, it's all over the world. Like, seeing him bend metal and Kevin going up the walls and stuff. It's all over the internet. The funny thing is, we live in an age of technology and people posting, like, you know, joke stuff, and people have, you know, like, effects on their computers and stuff. Like, if you put all that stuff on the internet, a lot of people are going to think it's fake. Like, I don't know if Elijah really thought this through. Like, you do realize that you put all this on the internet, no one's going to believe that they have actual superpowers just because he's bending metal and he's crawling up walls. I'm like, well, you know, that's just camera angles. Like, you could do that in your own home. Everything they do in that movie, you could do that in your own home. Like, you can fake bending metal. You can do by using trick angles with your camera, look like you're running up a wall. Like, people are not going to believe that there are actual superheroes in the world just because you put it on the fucking internet. Like, I don't know, that seems like a very flawed plan for this genius mastermind. That was his plan. And he couldn't think of an actual plan of him actually getting out alive. Like, really stupid. And the fact that they build up, like, there are more heroes and villains out there. And then this is an origin story for all of them out there. I'm like, oh my god, just shut up. Like, it's such a cop-out of an ending. So stupid. I'm like, oh, I hate it. Really hated it. I also hated the whole fight sequence between the Beast and David Dunn. It was so underwhelming. I get the budget is low, but I've seen low-budget films still have good choreography, and the choreography isn't really all that good. It's just mostly him just, you know, throwing him against the car, throwing him there, punching the car, punching this. And, like, you don't even see him, like, punch. You just see it through the point of view of the girls that are in the truck, and the fist is, like, hitting the wall and stuff. And there's a lot of POV shots, like, when the Beast has got him. It's just a shot right at his face and stuff. So the fight scene is just basically this. That's the fight scene. Like, it just, like, it's not very overwhelming, really. It's just, it's kind of dull and boring. And from the trailers, like, we, like, see the Beast, like, run on his, like, hands and stuff. Like, I thought we were gonna get a really cool, badass fight, but it was kind of stupid and kind of boring and kind of lame, actually. And I'm like, oh, this is underwhelming as shit. And then they all die. I'm like, okay. See, the funny thing is the original plan with Elijah fighting at the big building and, like, having a live, like, news crew filming them all fight on this building, that sounded like a better plan because that's actually live on television. If the Beast is, like, running up walls on live television, then yeah, the world would probably believe that, yeah, that's not normal. People don't run on walls, and if he's throwing cars and shit, and there's, like, actual news reporters reporting it live, that would make a lot more sense, and the world would believe it. But his other plan, like, filming it with the cameras at the hospital, then putting it on the internet, that's just so stupid. It's so dumb. Also, another dumb thing is the light thing they do with Kevin. Like, every time they flick the lights, he turns into a new personality. I thought that was a bit of a deus ex machina, really. Very quick fix, like, oh, don't worry, we have lights. If he comes to the Beast, don't worry, just put the lights on. I'm like, that's a little flawed. Also, in the movie Split, there was, like, flickering lights in Split, and he never turned personalities when the lights flickered, so I thought that was very flawed and didn't make sense, and it was just an excuse for James McAvoy to go to different personalities, which was fun, because James McAvoy and the personalities is pretty awesome and shit. But, like, I don't know, and especially at the train station at the ending, we see Elijah's mother, and you see David Dunn's son, and Anya Taylor-Joy, the three of them sitting there, and they're like, the world shall know. I'm like, why are the three of them sitting there? They don't know each other. And plus, Elijah's mother was almost all for what Elijah was doing. And Elijah tried to kill David Dunn. So why is David's son talking to this woman? Like, it's stupid. It's just like, I don't get it. Like, there's just so many things that I don't understand. And just, Elijah calls himself, like, a brilliant mastermind, and his plan really doesn't make sense. And yeah, the organization also should have known better, too. Like, oh, no, shouldn't you think like Elijah would have planned something this sneaky and shit like that? And just, so dumb. And also, like, again, it's called Glass. And Elijah is not even a main character. He's like the 5th main character. Sarah Paulson and Anya Taylor-Joy have more screen time than he is. Why is the movie called Glass? Is it because he wins in the end? Well, not really. He doesn't really win in the end. I don't even think his plan will even work, so it doesn't make sense why it's called Glass. And I was so looking forward to this fucking movie, and I was just disappointed. It's not bad, like, I mentioned all the good stuff in my review, but I'm just saying, the entire ending just is so flawed, and it doesn't make sense. This is supposed to be a genius mastermind, and it's such a flawed plan, and it's like, ugh. That's all I gotta say. I'm just saying, there's a lot of good things in the movie. It's a well-shot movie, a very well-acted movie, and even the direction is pretty darn good, with the exception of the shitty ending and the shitty POV shots. It's still a pretty good movie and a very entertaining film, but someone who loves the movie Unbreakable and the movie Split, I was expecting a better film. And it's more of a sequel to Split than it is to Unbreakable, so I'm just saying that too. Which is also disappointing, because I wanted more Unbreakable feels than more Split feels, but I digress. But yeah, the ending was dumb, it was really stupid, and yeah, I wish it didn't ruin the whole movie for me, but it basically did, so yeah. In the comment section below, please tell me what your thoughts and opinions on the ending. Do you disagree with me? Do you think the ending is awesome? Are you just thinking, Jay, you're wrong, you're fucking stupid, the ending's amazing? If you think that, that's awesome, that's really, just don't call me stupid, but everyone has opinions. If you like the ending, that's completely fine. I personally did not. But yeah, what are your thoughts and opinions? Did you like the ending? Did you hate the ending? What'd you think? Comment below, let me know, and as always for this video, please subscribe to the channel and join the dark side.